Happy Monday. I'm coming to you live from the laundry room as I finish folding laundry. That's what I've been doing this morning. And I have some tips on overcoming objections today. I think many of you know that in my working life, I worked in sales since I forever was in sales. And some of the things the language I probably use, I take for granted because I've been in sales for so long. And I thought I would just share one quick overcoming objections tip with you that I hope in turn you will take and share with your teams on this happy Monday. And then you can go to your teams and act like this is completely your proprietary information and you are the smartest human being on earth. That's what you should do. I'm going to call it my feel, felt, found. FFF. Feel, felt, found. So it doesn't matter what the objection is, all right? So this is kind of how this plays out. What I have always done instinctively, and then I kind of honed in on my craft and what I was doing intentionally, was when people have an objection with you, for you, whatever you're presenting, whether it be the product, the business, or anything, I always identify with their objection. So it's like, man, your products are just too expensive. I'll be like, yeah, man, I know. I feel you. I hear exactly what you're saying. Or, man, I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm like, yeah, I totally understand, man. Who has more time in their day? Nobody. We're all so busy people. So my first step in objections is identifying with their objections. So I feel you. I feel with them, right? So your products are really expensive. I thought the exact same thing when I started this business. So those are things that I would say. I would identify with whatever their objection is. They're right. This is that old, the customer is always right. So let's let them be right. Yeah, I agree, man. I felt the same way. I thought the same things. I've had the same experiences. The next one is felt. I thought the same thing, but feel, felt. Yeah. I felt the same way. So I feel you. I understand what you're saying. I felt the same way when I first started. Or, the whole idea that we don't have time, because that's an obvious objection that we hear a lot. I totally understand time is so hard. I felt the exact same way when I first started doing that. So I identify with their feelings. I say I felt the same way. And here the follow-up is this. What I found is ... Feel, felt, found. So let me give you an example. Man, your products are really, really expensive. I see what you've sent to me, but I just can't afford it right now. Here's how I would handle that. I would say something like this. I totally get it. When I saw how expensive these products were the very first time, I thought, holy buckets. Here's what I found. Now that I've been in this business for a while, I had an opportunity to talk to the people who developed those products. What they told me was, look, we had a chance to use cheaper ingredients, to use things that weren't as high a quality, but what we decided to do was go with the best of the best to make these products. And because they did that, they spared no expense. Our products are a bit more expensive. I feel, I felt, I found, right? Or I don't have time for this. I'm a busy life. I'm a mama. I've got X amount of kids, and my life is already busy. Man, I totally feel you. We've got 4 kiddos ourselves. That is exactly how we felt when this business opportunity came in our life. We don't have more time for something else. But what I found is if we script our day out and we stick to a schedule, we identify where there are holes in our day where we actually can work this in. We started as a side gig to begin with. So all we did was find time in our day, in our existing schedule, to work in a few extra moments to work this business. Feel, felt, found. It's that simple. Every objection, doesn't matter what the objection is. Identify with it. Here's what I felt about it. And here's what I found. It's that simple. Feel, felt, found. Happy Monday. Take that to your teams, act like the smartest person in the world, and use that. Use that language. Every objection is overcomable. Because here's the thing. Most people, when they give you an objection, especially the money one, like when people are like, I just can't afford it. Well, I totally understand, man. I couldn't afford this thing anyway, either. Like $99, who can afford that? But here's what I found. When we decided that we were really going to get after it, when I wanted to make a change in my life, I figured out for myself that whatever it is in life that I actually want, I always have enough money for. Right? There's an objection. Or here's another one. Man, this is just too expensive. I cannot do this. I can't afford that right now. Totally understand what you're saying. When we had 4 kids at home, my husband was working one job, we were living paycheck to paycheck. I used to sell things on Craigslist just to go to McDonald's. I totally understand what you're saying. I felt that. I know what it feels like to live paycheck to paycheck. It's so frustrating. I can't stand that thought. Even when I think back to what my life was like when I was living paycheck to paycheck, it makes me sick to my stomach. But what I found is if we don't make changes in our lives now, we continue to live paycheck to paycheck. If we don't figure out how to make an adjustment to our existing life, nothing changes. If we don't change something, nothing changes. And so what I did is I gathered up all the junk we had in our house and I had a garage sale. I sold enough stuff and I made it happen. I decided to come up with the $99 myself. I sold things on Craigslist. I had a garage sale. I came up with the $99 and it's the best decision I've ever made. Feel, felt, found. Go do it.